Tommy's Daring Adventure in Neverland. Once upon a time, in the magical land of Neverland, there lived a boy named Tommy. Tommy was 7 years old and loved to hear stories about Peter Pan and his incredible adventures. One night, as Tommy was lying in bed, he made a wish to meet Peter Pan and have an adventure of his own. Little did Tommy know, his wish was about to come true. As Tommy closed his eyes, he felt a gentle breeze and a sprinkle of fairy dust. When he opened his eyes, he found himself floating above his bed. He looked around and saw a tiny, sparkling figure fluttering beside him. "Hello, Tommy," said the figure. "I'm Tinker Bell, and Peter Pan sent me to bring you to Neverland." Tommy couldn't believe his eyes. He was actually going to Neverland. With Tinker Bell's help, Tommy flew out of his window and soared through the night sky. The stars twinkled all around him as he flew towards an island that seemed to be glowing with magic. When they landed on the island, Tommy saw the famous Peter Pan waiting for him with a big smile. "Welcome to Neverland, Tommy," Peter Pan said. "We have a great adventure ahead of us. Captain Hook has captured the lost boys, and we need to rescue them." Tommy's heart raced with excitement and a little bit of fear. He knew Captain Hook was dangerous, but he also knew that he had Peter Pan and Tinker Bell by his side. "I'm ready," Tommy said bravely. Peter Pan led Tommy through the lush, green forests of Neverland. They encountered all sorts of magical creatures, from friendly fairies to mischievous mermaids. Tommy marveled at the beauty and wonder of the island, but he knew they had a mission to complete. As they approached Captain Hook's ship, the Jolly Roger, they saw the lost boys locked up in cages on the deck. The boys looked sad and scared, but their faces lit up when they saw Peter Pan and Tommy. "Don't worry, we'll get you out of here," Peter Pan shouted to the lost boys. But just as they were about to move, Captain Hook and his crew appeared, blocking their path. "Ah, Peter Pan," Hook sneered. "And who is this? A new recruit?" Peter Pan stepped forward, his eyes blazing with determination. "This is Tommy, and we're here to rescue our friends." Hook laughed. "We'll see about that," he said, drawing his sword. A fierce battle ensued. Peter Pan fought bravely against Captain Hook, while Tommy and Tinker Bell worked together to free the lost boys. Tommy used all his strength and courage to unlock the cages, while Tinker Bell distracted the pirates with her dazzling fairy dust. Just when it seemed like they might be overwhelmed, Tommy remembered the stories he had heard about Peter Pan's courage and cleverness. He took a deep breath and shouted, "Peter, look out!" Peter Pan dodged just in time, avoiding Hook's sword and disarming him with a swift move. Hook stumbled back, glaring at Peter Pan and Tommy. "This isn't over," he snarled, retreating with his crew. With Captain Hook and the pirates gone, Peter Pan and Tommy quickly freed the remaining lost boys. The boys cheered and hugged their rescuers, grateful to be free once again. As they made their way back to the lost boys' hideout, Peter Pan turned to Tommy and said, "You were amazing, Tommy. You showed great courage and helped save the day." Tommy beamed with pride. He had faced his fears and helped his friends, just like Peter Pan. "Thank you, Peter," Tommy said. "I couldn't have done it without you and Tinker Bell." Back at the hideout, they celebrated their victory with a feast of fairy cakes, Tommy's new favorite dessert. The lost boys danced and sang, and Tinker Bell's fairy dust sparkled like stars in the night sky. As the celebration wound down, Peter Pan took Tommy aside. "Tommy, you have the heart of a true hero. Never forget that courage and friendship are the most powerful magic of all." With those words, Peter Pan and Tinker Bell flew Tommy back to his home. As they said their goodbyes, Tommy felt a sense of peace and happiness. He knew he would always treasure the memories of his adventure in Neverland and the lessons he had learned. Tommy climbed back into his bed, and as he drifted off to sleep, he whispered, "Thank you, Peter Pan and Tinker Bell. I'll always be brave." And so, Tommy's daring adventure in Neverland came to an end, but the courage and friendship he discovered would stay with him forever. And every night as he closed his eyes, he would remember that magical journey and dream of new adventures yet to come.
Created by a kid and their parent using TaleBot, click the link in the video description to create your own story.